Today's movement practice is one that is great for also doing in the middle of your day when maybe you need to take a break from your desk, take a break from working or whatever it is. It's short and it's got a lot of pieces that you can even pull apart and do individually to break up your day and to get energy and fluids moving back through your body when they become stagnant when we are sitting for much of the time. So if that is you, then perhaps some of these practices might be for you. But you can also just pull this sequence out and do it in its entirety, and it shouldn't take you very much time to do. That being said, let's get started. Make your way to the back of your yoga mat. Take a kneeling seat. 2 options for child's pose, either thighs together or knees wide, toes together. Begin to fold forward towards the ground, either resting your head on one or both fists or all the way on the ground. Arms extended towards the top of your mat or resting at your sides in child's pose. Find your breath and just notice how your body's feeling in this new posture. Child's pose is one of the best postures for refocusing, rebalancing anytime during your day. It places pressure right on that third eye, sending blood to this intuitive place within you and allowing your body to have a physical reset. It's almost as though you're pushing the reset button when you find child's pose. Remember the intention you set for yourself. Breathe life into it. And on an inhale, rise up, find all fours. Walk your hands in front of your shoulders slightly, tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with the sensation in your body. Bend knees if necessary to create more length in your spine. And fully relax the crown of your head towards the ground. Beginning to explore the inner territory of who you are. On an inhale, step or help your right foot forward between your hands. Find the runner's lunge. Allow yourself to move organically here. Then set your knee down on the ground and just allow yourself to be in this shape. You might even reach your hand back, lift your left foot and grab onto your foot, finding space to stretch the top of your thigh. This is simply an option, and you don't have to go here. Remember not to force anything. This is simply a way of opening and reversing the effects of what we do every day. So listen to your body. And from runner's lunge, step your right knee back, find kneeling once again, rise up into a high kneeling position, take your fists, placing them right at the top of your pelvis, just below your low back, and inhale, open your heart, looking up towards the ceiling. Find the place that works for you. This can be a little bit scary to the nervous system, quite honestly, because you are bending backwards. So you don't have to go terribly far. You can simply lift your chin, lift your eyes, and look up towards the ceiling. Experiment with pushing your edges and going a little bit farther as it feels fit to you. Inhale, come on back up. Left foot steps forward now, runner's lunge. Finding that place to move organically. You can lift the back knee or set it down. And then if you did so on the first side, maybe widen your stance just a bit. Reach around, grab onto the top of your right foot, and find that kneeling lunge with the ankle or foot grab. Breathe into any areas of tension that you might be feeling. Enjoying any sensation that's coming forward and softening into it. Exhale, release. Slide your left foot back, tuck your toes, lower all the way down to your stomach, then flatten out the tops of your toes, peel your chest off the ground into cobra, opening the front side of your body. Pause here for just a moment. Breathe energy into the front side of your body. Exhale, release. Move through it. Push up, knees or no knees, into downward facing dog. Now, if downward facing dog is too much for you today, move into child's pose. Child's pose is always an option. On your next breath in, pull your right knee forward in between your hands, resting the front of your shin on the ground. You might spin your heel in just a bit so it's underneath your left hip, then slide your back leg a little bit farther back. Now, if this feels like where you need to be today, stay here. This is pigeon posture or swan in yin yoga. So you might keep your heart lifted in the proud swan posture, or you might begin to dive forward. Another option here, if this isn't feeling just right to you, sit out of the posture onto your right hip, pull your right heel up just a little bit, then re-square your hips and fold forward or lower down. Now, everybody's going to have a different ability here and a different place that feels comfortable. So listen to your body. Play around with what might feel right to you. You're likely going to feel this through the outside of your hip, and the closer your right heel is to being directly underneath your pubic bone or your left hip, the more you're going to relieve that piriformis syndrome that might happen. So if you have sciatic pain, keep your heel down underneath your left side groin, and that should help relieve a little bit of that piriformis or sciatic pain that happens when the piriformis muscle is tight and contracted. And if you're sitting all day, you might have some sciatic issues. So listen to your body. Inhale, come all the way back up. Downward facing dog or child's, just resetting here. Pause, breathe in, breathe out. Left knee comes forward in between the hands. Resting your back knee down on the ground. You can always slide your back foot farther back, heel directly under the groin, or sit out and pull the heel up, depending on what your body needs on this day. Either way, do your best to square your hips with the top of your mat. Then once again, either finding that position, opening, proud swan, lifting the heart, or diving forward. Softening, releasing, letting go. On an inhale, slowly exit the posture, sitting out to the side. Swing your legs around back to the top of your mat and extend both legs out long. Sit as tall as you can, maybe even removing some of the tissue around your sits bones so that you can ground down and root down through your sits bones. Then sitting tall, lift through the crown of your head and gently begin to lead with your heart to dive forward. You might drop your chin towards your chest, just creating gentle lengths up the backside of your neck. Notice this in the back sides of your legs. Now, if this feels super challenging to you, if it feels almost impossible, it's okay to have a gentle bend in your knees, maybe placing a towel or a bolster underneath your knees and folding forward, letting go, surrendering. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale, sit all the way up. Pull your feet into either a diamond shape if that feels most comfortable, or easy seated position, one foot in front of the other or ankles crossed. Sit as tall as you can. Breathe in, reach up, lift up, look up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, looking over your left shoulder. Gentle rotation of the spine. Breathing here in owl posture. Notice how your breath shifts and changes when you move into rotation. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, lift up, look up, return to center. Palms to touch, exhale, hands through heart center. Slowly roll all the way back onto your mat. Lying all the way down, taking a moment of pause before you move on with the rest of your day.